This segment of the news is brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.
Welcome back. Another fire at the International Bazaar over on Freeport, Grand Bahama, the second one in recent weeks, gutting an abandoned building. Firefighters were called to the scene of that blaze shortly before 4 p.m. on Monday when police control room received a report of a building on fire. Fire officers responded and met a section of an abandoned building fully engulfed in flames. Additional fire trucks from Borco and the Grand Bahama shipyard were contacted to assist with the blaze. The fire was eventually extinguished, and after inspection, there were no reports of injuries or damage. The exact cause of the fire is unknown. Supreme Court Justice Lauren Klein handing down his judgment ruling in favor of 4-year-old Deanna Bella Walker, giving the father of the child, known to the nation as Little Bella, the right to bury her, according to his wishes. Dino Smith is now able to freely conduct funeral arrangements and have his daughter buried in Grand Bahama, where she spent most of her 4 years. According to court documents obtained by Jcn News, Bella's maternal grandmother, Mona Lisa Walker, has been fighting to have the child's remains moved from Serenity Funeral Home, allowing her and the child's mother, Austonia Walker, to make funeral arrangements. Bella died on November 5th from blunt force trauma, according to police. Walker was charged with exposing a child to grievous harm and child cruelty, while Walker's live-in boyfriend, Darian Smith, was charged with grievous harm, child cruelty, and murder. Walker was granted bail back on December 1st and the amount of $20,000. Now, following those arrangements, Bella's father expressed his desire to bury Bella in Grand Bahama, as that's where she was her happiest. In the judge's ruling, he noted that the 4-year-old lived with her father from 2 weeks old up to 2 months before her death. Bjorn Ferguson, C.J. Smith Curry, and Rodriguez Strawn appeared on behalf of Mona Lisa Walker, while Maria Daxon and Benjamin McKinney on behalf of Dino Smith. The government's being methodical in selecting new board members, particularly within the Ministry of Works and Utilities. Building a Resilient Bahamas is the theme for the ministry, and it's being seen in the selected board members for various divisions. On Monday, the Board for Town Planning was introduced. Jerino Saunders was at the ministry's JFK headquarters for the naming of the board and filed this report.
Building a Resilient Bahamas is the theme for the Ministry of Works and Utilities, and on Monday, the government revealed the team of individuals who will make up the new board of directors for the Town Planning Committee at the ministry. The 7-member board will be led by Chairman Keenan Johnson, who is an attorney with experience in financial services. The deputy chairman is Arthur Jones, who brings a wealth of architectural and surveyor's knowledge to the table. Alfred Sears, Minister of Works and Utilities, emphasizes the significant role the committee will play in the future growth of the Bahamas.
And the function of the committee is critical because it is the gateway for the development of the built environment of the Bahamas, to ensure that structures which are built are in compliance before the sanction is given, at least preliminarily, to the building code and other building requirements. So it is in essence a gateway, and as we seek to ensure that our built environment is sustainable, resilient, given the challenges that we face in a hurricane zone.
Other members of the board include Aaron Jones, CPA, Glenda Roca, attorney, Reverend Denzel Roll, who has a master's in civil engineering, Pierre Shallow, and Ralph Hanna II. Minister Sears acknowledging that there is much work to be done in the town planning area and reminded the new board members that they are an essential arm of the government.
I want to thank members of the Town Planning Committee. It is a vital function of government, and trust me, there's a lot of work waiting for you, but we have confidence that you will serve our Commonwealth well, and we know that there's no way we can pay you for the talent, the time, and the commitment you will bring to this endeavor.
Meanwhile, during his brief comments, new Chairman Johnson acknowledged the huge responsibility the board has to the nation. He expressed trust in his team and gave the government assurance that they will get the job done.
Listening to the bios, I couldn't help but have a greater level of confidence and comfort in my ability to execute this role given the diverse backgrounds, engineers, accountants, construction, legal. And so I want to give you a level of confidence in the minister that we are up for the task and we will do what's necessary. This committee, the Town Planning Committee, is directly linked to the ongoing development of this country. And so we know that we have a great task at hand. This administration itself has always placed a focus on the ease of doing business. And we think that this committee is also a focal point in ensuring that that actually happens. So we're ready to get to work. We're ready to roll up our sleeves. We know that there's a lot to be done, and that's going to start today.
According to Mr. Johnson, the new board will meet with the director at the Ministry of Works for a briefing and will have its first working meeting within this week as they look to address any backlogs at the ministry and help rebuild the Bahamas. Jcn Saunders for Jcn News.
Just 2 years after Hurricane Dorian made landfall in the Bahamas, devastating our family islands and leaving millions of dollars in damages in its wake, the Ministry of Works is on a mission to ensure that this kind of devastation never happens again. Ministry officials gathered this morning to host a training seminar for local engineers, architects, and other industry professionals. Training and Disaster Management Officer for the Ministry of Public Works, Dwight King, says this seminar was designed to teach and equip local engineers and architects with the tools and tricks needed to design and produce more structurally sound, storm-proof buildings in and around the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. He adds the building code in the Bahamas has served us very well over the years, including during Hurricane Dorian, but there is always room for improvement.
This is a seminar that's designed to teach engineers and other architects and other technical professionals how to design buildings for what's we call high wind loading, specifically hurricanes in our context. In other words, when you create the blueprints for a building, you design such a way so that the roof won't fly off, the walls won't collapse, and people will be safe. Okay, and also getting into how to do that, how the techniques, and into the nitty-gritty techniques of how to do that. And that's very important. Also, of course, to comply with the Bahamas Building Code. So they'll design that, which recognizes the American side, a standard put by the American side civil engineers that has been the building code has served us very well over the years, and including Hurricane Dorian, by the way.
Seminar speakers included a team from the California-based Simpson Strong Tie Engineering Company and other international engineering consultants who stressed the importance of a strong foundation, aerodynamic roof design, and sufficient elevation in flood-prone areas. 3 new COVID-19 infections confirmed in the Bahamas on Sunday, all of them on New Providence. The Ministry of Health and Wellness confirming that one of those newly infected has a travel history within the last 14 days. These cases pushed the country's total confirmed cases to 22,839. 307 cases are now active, 14 of them in hospital, 4 at Doctors Hospital, and 10 at the Princess Margaret Hospital. 12 considered moderately ill, while 2 are in intensive care. No deaths were reported on Sunday. The death toll remains at 705, with 36 deaths still under investigation. 28 people were reported recovered on Sunday. Well, that does it for news this evening. Once again, I'm Tyler Simonet, and from all of us here at Jcn News, have a wonderful evening, everyone.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.